All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Makakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the whole effect of Israel. And as you can see, the title of the article says COVID-19 compliance units hit Maryland streets after governor says Americans have no constitutional right to refuse face masks. All right, so going into this so-called white man Esau Edom and his New World Order agenda, all right, pretty much the theme of it is that, your compliance is mandatory. All right, he's forcing everybody into his New World Order agenda. Okay, and it's an agenda which he plans to play out in real time. Okay, it's a plot, it's a plan. All right, and eventually, in his mind, he wishes to fulfill that. Okay, but at the end of the day, Corner Prophecy is going to be upset, but he's going to have a time where he's going to look like he's going to, fulfill his wishes. Okay, going into in the book of Job, it says in the fullness of his sufficiency. Okay, but he shall be in straits. But going into, when he's about to fill his belly. Okay, when he's about to complete, and bring it all together. What he's been laboring for. Going into the witchcraft, the lies, the sorcery, and ultimately get to this point we're in right now, which is him fulfilling his agenda. Okay, but again, it's not going to be fulfilled. But best believe he's going to give it his best shot. Okay, so here, let me go ahead and get started. Going to these wicked decrees. Okay, compliance to this New World Order is not an option. Okay, and going into the people upon the planet Earth, they're in for a rude awakening. All right, and if Yahweh Shai is not going to protect you, okay, if he's not going to intervene for you, if you're not part of his elect, you're gonna be taken away. Okay, because at the end of the day, going into prophecy, a lot of people are not going to make it on this side. Okay, but here's Revelation 13 and verse 11, and I heard, it's like, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. All right, and had two horns like a lamb, and spake as a dragon. Okay, so that beast that going into the fourth beast, it's talking about the Roman Empire. Okay, so you have to understand the scriptures and the mysteries of the scriptures. This beast, okay, it had a deadly wound that was healed. Okay, so that deadly wound being healed, all right, is because again, going into history, these empires, okay, the Roman Empire fell. Okay, so a period of time when it went out and it was done away with. Going into in the book of Revelation, it talks about the bottomless pit. Okay, this devil being cast away, and ultimately going to the time period known as the Dark Ages. Okay, but this man came back into power in the time of the Renaissance, the renewal, the rebirth. Okay, and this is when he went out for that season to deceive and do his thing in wickedness upon the planet Earth. But that beast, going into again today's time, we read again Revelation 13 and 11, and I beheld another beast come up out of the earth, right, and had two horns like a lamb and spake as a dragon. All right, going to that Roman system. Okay, going into as it says, two horns like a lamb is going into politics. Okay, political parties. Okay, so you go into the Roman Empire, you had the plebeians and the patricians. Okay, but now in today's time, you got the so-called America. Okay, which is the pretty much the revised version of the Roman Empire. Okay, that's why you go to the Washington D.C. It's the same Roman architecture. Okay, you go to the courthouse, it has the same Roman architecture. All right, because it's the same system. Okay, just revised. Okay, and pretty much going into it's modernized. Okay, but it says it had two horns like a lamb and spake as a dragon. Okay, so again, today's time would be the Democrats and the Republicans. Okay, those two political parties. Okay, that pretty much going into the legislation part of the beast. Okay, with the laws. Okay, and there's three branches. You have the judicial, the executive, and the legislative. Okay, they all work together. All right, to speak as a dragon, going to these draconian laws. Okay, these harsh punishments for the most minute or minor offenses. Okay, ultimately every offense equals death. Okay, so here you probably can grab it up real quick. Draconian, right? It says draconian says of laws or the implication excessively harsh and severe. Okay, it says an example would be the Nazis. Okay, so again, today's time, you have here so-called America, you have the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. It says you have no constitutional right to refuse face masks. Okay, it says Maryland State Police. All right, but going into this devil, ultimately being hardened, just like the Lord hardened Pharaoh, to do the will of YAHAWASHI. It says the king's heart, all right, is in the hand of the Lord. Okay, like what's happening right now is that this place is being hardened. Okay, so ultimately it's going into it's going to be martial law. Okay, where the Constitution is no longer valid. Okay, you cannot say I have my First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third Amendment right, because it's not in use no more, because it's going to be taken away. Okay, it says here in verse 12, it says that he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. Okay, so again, you have to understand prophecy. Okay, so that another beast come up out of the earth, it's the same beast. Okay, it just came back alive. Okay, it says it exercises, okay, means it practices all the power of the first beast before him. Okay, going into the Roman Empire. Okay, and causes all the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. Okay, so going into the worshiping of the beast. Okay, ultimately it's going to be with that chip. Okay, you already have the philosophies. Okay, the false doctrines. All right, the ways of death. Okay, because they're not ways of life. Okay, you have so pretty much going into the philosophies. You got democracy, all right, homosexuality. Okay, and if you don't follow after these things, you get punished. Okay, you go out and speak against homosexuals. Okay, you're deemed it's called a hate crime. Okay, you're called evil. Okay, for speaking against what is evil. Okay, this world is turned upside down. It says in the verse 13, and doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire to come down from heaven on the earth and the sight of men. So this is going into his weapon technology. Okay, so going into his wonders too. That wonder is going to be that chip. Okay, this chip technology. All right, but not to very often to the point. I read down a little bit, but going into Revelation 13 and 16 verse. Going into this is ultimately segueing to the mandatory implementation of the mark of the beast. Okay, which is the RFID microchip. All right, but let me see. Let me see if I can read some of this article. It says Maryland has deployed police compliance units, okay, across the state to ensure adherence to its COVID-19 restrictions at bars, restaurants, and anywhere else people might gather, ramping up enforcement just in time for Thanksgiving, okay, because, again, the mirth is being taken away from the land. I'm just running through precepts, but ultimately it all goes to prophecy. Okay, that's what scriptures say, which let me get Habakkuk, okay, get a precept so I'm not talking too much. It's Habakkuk chapter, to the point, Habakkuk 2 and verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Okay, because prophecy at the end of the day is going to come to pass. Okay, so when it comes to pass, all right, it's real time. Okay, there's no longer need to prophesy because it's here. All right, and that's what it is. It's here. And that's why going to the famine of the word, you don't need the prophets on the corner no more, because what is prophesied to come is arrived. Okay, and it's going to be great destruction, great confusion. All right, famine. All right, death. All right, pestilence. Okay, and evil. Okay, because this is the recompense of all the dirt, hurt, and harm. Okay, and evil that's been done unto the Lord's people. Okay, because going to 2/3 of one people there as well going to be destroyed in destruction because they chose to make a covenant with death. Okay, but here it says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So that's what it is. It's not tarrying no more. Okay, so this vision, the prophecies, okay, coming to pass, it's not tarrying. It's not tarrying. Why? Because this is the time where it was spoken of to come to pass. Okay, so the devil coming down, which I'm gonna get Revelation 12 and 12, because he has to make his move. All right, so people will say, why do you guys keep bringing up the same scriptures and same precepts? Because this is what we're waiting for. Okay, this is ultimately what has to come to pass in order for the kingdom of heaven to be in place. Okay, which the kingdom of heaven belongs to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans. It says in the 2nd and the 6th chapter, it says Esau is the end of the world. Okay, it's been prophesied for him in these last days to be in rulership. Okay, and ultimately he's going to be taken out and destroyed with the brightness of the Lord's coming. Okay, which is going to be his thermonuclear missiles. All right, and these what the world ignorantly calls UFOs is going to be a so-called alien invasion. Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, ye that dwell in them. Okay, so going into the Lord's elect, the Lord is saying to rejoice. He's saying rejoice. Okay, he's telling us to rejoice. All right, why? Because now is our salvation. Okay, going to we even hear it, tears. All right, sorrow. mournings and woes, okay? But at the same time, it was only for a appointed time, okay? So there's going to be a time where it's going to be ended, going to the affliction of Zion, okay? Our pretty much our timeout is up. All right, so now we're going to be laughing, we're going to be rejoicing, okay? Because and that's the thing, no man can take that away from us, okay? And Yahawashi said that himself, okay? No man can take this joy away from us, because this is what we've been waiting for patiently, going to our elders and apostles on down, okay? And the righteous men before, okay? Because we're all back here again, okay? But this is the time where our hope is going to be accomplished. All right, but here it says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So, he's again going to these draconian laws. He's being more harsh, more fierce, okay? Because ultimately he's going to be the devil that he really is, okay? No more PC, okay? No more of these games, okay? This devil is going to come down, and he's going to come down with wrath, because again, the point is he has a short time. He has to act fast. He has to do what he has to do quickly, because he has a short window, okay? And what is he racing against? He's racing against prophecy. All right, but ultimately he can't escape it, okay? But here, because we're going into these compliance units, okay? What does this mean for us? This devil's gonna come down onto us, okay? Going into that flood, okay? Flood, enemy. Isaiah 59 verse 19 shows, so shall they fear the name of the Lord YAHAWASHI from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. Okay, so this place is going to learn the fear of the Lord. Okay, this place hasn't been checked, all right, for centuries. Okay, there hasn't been a great, worldly judgment, okay, in a very long time. Okay, you think about Noah and the flood. Okay, that's compared to those kind of times. Okay, with the world, after the fact that the flood came, it was never the same after. Okay, the Lord only saved 8 souls. Okay, before the flood came, he had Pangea, all the continents were together. Okay, so with the thermonuclear missiles getting ready to rain upon the planet Earth, the whole shape, as far as the geography, okay, is gonna be, because the scriptures talk about this place being, the earth being shaken to and fro as a drunkard. But not to remember long, it says, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, all right, you have stormtroopers, okay, these troops that are, sent to, pretty much be the pawn, all right, of the devil, okay? This is the devil's army, okay? And he sends forth his troops, okay, to ultimately exercise his power, okay, going to his teeth, meaning his strength, his military, all right? It says, when enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord YAHAWASHI shall lift up a standard against him, okay? So right now, it says, you have no constitutional right to refuse face masks. Next going to be, you have no constitutional right to refuse the vaccine. And then the next is going to be the microchip, okay? All right, so this is real time. This is happening, as we speak, okay? This is not a joke. Governor Larry Hogan, all right, quote, all right, ahead of Thanksgiving holiday, whatever that means, expand its COVID-19 compliance and coordination center and deploying high visibility compliance units across the state. This operation will continue throughout the holiday season, okay? So, so these big gatherings and these, going into the mirth, this place, the spirit changed, because right now it's the time of no peace, okay? They're promising you peace by your compliance. That's why a lot of people are going to fold and, go into worshiping of the beast, because they want to preserve their life, okay? But, the health is place, all right? Because at the end of the day, it's going to be taken out with thermonuclear missiles, all right? But going into the Lord's lifting up a standard, okay? That's brothers against spiritual powers, ultimately, finding a way out, okay? And that's going to be, the Lord's will, us being beaten up out of here. All right, but that's pretty much the point of the lesson. Just, ultimately, it's really important to keep watching, not to get too comfortable, because we're getting ready to be made very uncomfortable. All right, as I sit here in my room, I look at what I got my lights on. All right, that's going to be not very, going into, it's not going to be available. All right, whoever, going to our story as far as how we're going to get up out of here, we know how we're going to leave, we're going to be by these chariots, again, those will be part of that number. But, as far as how we're going to get to that point, we don't know. That's why at the end of the day, we're saved by our hope, right? Which hope, maketh us not ashamed. All right, we're waiting patiently for the Lord YAHAWASHI to have mercy on us, and that's our fate. All right, because all these things coming to pass, going into destruction, and things coming to pass as far as this devil coming down and the evil. So how much more the mercy, the righteousness, the right hand of YAHAWASHI, all right, which is his mercy, all right, Lord said, my grace is sufficient for thee. All right. So, going into a mindset of winning. All right. Because the devil's not going to win. He's going to lose. And the elect going to win. Lord will be part of that number. So with that, Lord will just be edifying. As always, want to give our praise to Abashim Shai, Abashim Kokodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of a Millstone. Peace and blessings to the whole 50 Shalom.